Hey yo, what's good, people? It's your boy reporting straight from the 90s. Before Prime bottles took over TikTok and before Red Bull convinced us wings were real, kids in the 90s had their own hydration hall of fame. We're talking about pouches, boxes, and bottles that were basically liquid personality tests. You didn't just drink these, you lived them. What you pulled out at lunch said more about you than the brand of sneakers on your feet. And today, we're cracking open the silver pouches, peeling back the foil tops, and twisting off those neon caps to relive the 90s kid drink classics. Let's get it.
Whoa, easy open Capri Sun. Now that's cool.
Let's start with the king of the 90s juice game, Capri Sun. The silver pouch wasn't just a drink, it was a whole challenge. Half the battle was trying to stab the straw in without going straight through the back and squirting juice across the lunch table. And when you nailed it, that first icy sip of Pacific Cooler or strawberry kiwi hit harder than a fresh pack of Pokemon cards.
All natural Capri Sun. Liquid cool.
Capri Sun had range too. You'd see it in lunchboxes, soccer games, field trips. If you had Capri Sun in your pouch, you were automatically sitting at the cool table. It wasn't just juice, it was a status symbol.
I see, because when you're this big, you get really thirsty.
I see. Big fruit taste for kids who think big.
If Capri Sun was the king, then High C was the cafeteria workhorse. Orange lava burst was everywhere. The kind of juice box you didn't even think about. It was just there, holding you down through countless lunch periods. Sweet, simple, and straight to the point. But then there was Ecto Cooler. Man, that wasn't just a flavor, that was an era. Neon green juice with Slimer from Ghostbusters plastered on the box. Kids went crazy for it. You didn't just sip Ecto Cooler, you flexed it like, yeah, I got the one with the ghost on it. Parents thought it was harmless juice, but to us, it was basically radioactive superpowers in a box. Now here's the one that tricked a whole generation of parents.
Hey, we got some soda. OJ, purple stuff, Sunny Delight. Sunny Delight. What's that?
Sunny Delight. The commercials made it look like liquid sunshine. Like if you drank Sunny D, you'd suddenly have friends, a bike, and a golden retriever. But let's be real, it wasn't orange juice. It wasn't even close. It was this tangy, glowing orange mystery drink that lived in every 90s fridge.
Sunny Delight, the good stuff kids go for. Yeah. Want some more?
Still, after school, nothing hit like grabbing that big plastic jug, pouring a tall glass and chugging it like you just ran a marathon. The taste stuck to your tongue. The aftertaste was kind of weird, but in the 90s, Sunny D made you feel like you were winning at life.
It's squeezable Kool-Aid Bursts, the bottle that's a burst beyond without wacky Kool Burst Maid that bends the rules. A wild twist on top, that's a whole new spin.
The next selection was basically Kool-Aid with swagger. Forget the powder and mixing, the 90s gave us Kool-Aid Bursts in those neon plastic bottles with twist-off tops. You'd pop that little cap off like you were uncorking a bottle of champagne, and suddenly, you were the life of the lunch table.
And when the heat's the worst, there's nothing like a burst! Kool-Aid Cool Burst soft drink!
Flavors were so bright, they looked like they'd glow under a black light. Electric blue, cherry slam, charcoal berry fin. One sip and you were bouncing off the walls, ready to wrestle your cousin or run a full lap around the block. Kool-Aid, man, didn't just burst through the walls on TV. He was busting through the bloodstream in real life. Oh yeah.
Squeezit fruit drink. So much fun, kids can't wait to get their hands on it. You don't just drink a Squeezit, you squeeze it.
Now, if Kool-Aid Bursts were wild, then Squeezits were the straight-up cartoon chaos in a bottle. These weren't just drinks, they were characters. Every bottle had a goofy face molded into the plastic like it was daring you to chug it. You didn't just drink a Squeezit, you squeezed it until the bottle crumpled in your hand like a finishing move.
It's color-changing Squeezit. By dropping in these magic changers, you can switch a Squeezit's colors right before your eyes.
No way!
And the flavors? Legendary. You had names like Mean Green Puncher, Silly Yellow, or Rockin' Red Puncher. Like every bottle was auditioning for its own Saturday morning cartoon. Then came the mystery color bottles where you had no idea what flavor you were sipping until it hit your tongue. It was suspense, sugar, and straight 90s energy, all in one twisted bottle. If you went to a birthday party in the 90s, chances are you ran into a cooler full of Hug fruit barrels, or Huggies, or Little Hugs. They were those plastic barrels with the shiny foil lid stacked in every color of the rainbow. And here's the thing, half the time you'd rip the foil off wrong and end up wearing the juice down your shirt. But nobody cared because these things were everywhere. They were cheap, they were sweet, and they had this weird chemical flavor that somehow tasted amazing when you were running around on a sugar high. The blue one was always the first to disappear, and if your mom showed up to the cookout with a case of Hugs, you were the MVP for the day.
Juicy Juice. 100% juice for 100% kids.
Now this one was parent approved, a straight flex, Juicy Juice. The commercials made sure everybody knew it was 100% juice for 100% kids, no sugar added. Moms loved it because it sounded healthy, but to us kids, it was just another sweet drink to crush at lunch.
Don't you love the color of Welch's purple grape juice? Purple is the color of things that are very special, like the Concord grapes in Welch.
In came those little green label cartons, and flavors like apple, grape, and fruit punch all ran the game. The apple box was clutch, never too sweet, never too sour. And if you pulled out Juicy Juice in the cafeteria, you weren't necessarily the cool kid, but you were safe. Nobody was clowning you for having Juicy Juice. Solid, dependable, and it still went down smooth after a game of kickball.
The big orange taste of Minute Maid orange soda.
Minute Maid was like the quiet kid in class who never caused trouble but always showed up. No crazy packaging, no cartoon mascots, no neon green gimmicks, just a simple juice in a box. Apple, grape, or orange were steady and reliable. If your mom packed Minute Maid, it wasn't the loudest flex, but it wasn't an L either. You could trade it, sip it, or just keep it moving. Sometimes you needed that one solid drink to balance out all the sugar bombs, and Minute Maid held it down. The real everyday juice box of the 90s, for sure.
What is Mondo? Is it getting around? Mondo! Is it all chilled out? Oh yeah! Does it come in pack? Mondo!
If Capri Sun was king and Squeezit was chaos, Mondo was the underdog you didn't mind seeing in the cooler. Those skinny plastic bottles with the little twist off top, they were cheap, colorful, and everywhere. Mondo didn't have cartoon mascots or big ad campaigns, but it didn't need to. You see them at soccer practice, after school hangouts, or that one friend's house where the fridge was always stacked with random snacks. And the thing was, nobody asked for just one. You'd crush a couple back to back because Mondo went down light and sweet, like the background character that still made the show better. Not flashy, but pure 90s all the same.
You'll taste 7 kinds of fruit in Hawaiian Punch. Introducing lunchbox-sized Hawaiian Punch chillers with vitamin C. And
we can't wrap up the 90s kid drinks without paying respect to the OG, Hawaiian Punch. This one wasn't born in the 90s, but it owned space in the decade. Those little red cartons, plastic bottles, and party jugs were everywhere. If you showed up to school lunch with Hawaiian Punch, you were instantly in the trade game. Kids would swap you cookies or chips just to get that sweet red gold.
and Punch, new Typhoon blasters in 3 wild new flavors. Torrentially tasty orange, bursting bunches of grapes, and furiously fruity tropical fruit.
The flavor? Unmistakable. That fruit juicy red hit like liquid candy, with a taste so strong it practically burned into your memory and your throat. And while Capri Sun and High C were busy experimenting with cool mascots and gimmicks, Hawaiian Punch already had Punchy, the little dude who'd been swinging on people since way back. Even if his commercials were fading by the late 90s, the drink itself was still legendary. For a lot of 90s kids, Hawaiian Punch wasn't just a drink, it was the red badge of childhood honor. And that right there is the liquid hall of fame for every 90s kid. From stabbing straws into Capri Suns like a battlefield, to risking sticky fingers on hug barrels, to pretending Juicy Juice made us healthy, these weren't just drinks, they were the background music of our childhood. So now it's your turn. What was your go-to juice box, pouch, or barrel back in the day? Drop it in the comments and let's see which one really ruled the lunch table. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around. Because in part 2, we're leaving the lunchroom and headed straight to the corner store with the teen and extreme 90s drinks that had us feeling like we could skateboard through walls and give us superpowers. Man, oh man. We'll see you soon. We out.